Brendan Mortensen here in Aberdeen, joined by Orioles prospect Austin Overn. Austin, thanks so much for taking the time. I know it's been a whirlwind few weeks, so catching your breath here a little bit.
No, thanks for having me.
So, Austin, let's go back to your time at USC. You were a two-sport athlete. You were there as a wide receiver. You played baseball as well. Was there a moment for you when you knew it was baseball over football?
I feel like for most of my life, it's kind of been like that. I felt like baseball has just overridden every sport, but getting the opportunity to play football was kind of a step that I felt like I couldn't just not let happen. So after freshman baseball season, there were 3 days left till football started. So that was like I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the turning point, but I definitely miss it still and made a bunch of good relationships and was worth all of my time for sure.
Now, what was the transition like when, you were a four-sport athlete in high school? You haven't spent too much time solely focusing on baseball. What was that transition like to go now to baseball all year round?
I'd say it was great just because I had a lot more time on my hands. Been bouncing at least 2 sports around my whole life, so being able to focus just on baseball was great to say the least, and found myself having a lot more time to play video games and hang out with my friends and family, so it was great.
Sure, that works. A lot of college football 25 right now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
absolutely. A lot of USC.
So you were one of the fastest players in this draft. You're kind of a similar skill set to Enrique Bradfield Jr., the Orioles drafted last year. Enrique was one of the fastest players in the draft as well. 100-meter dash, who wins between you and Enrique?
I mean, I gotta say myself, right? I feel like he might. I don't know. I've never seen him run track, but I feel like when I was running track, I was doing pretty well at it. But he's obviously a super fast guy as well, so I can't really throw it out there yet.
No, as I said, he's kind of a similar mold where it's a super fast center fielder. It's not necessarily a home run swing from the left side of the plate. It's a lot of slap gap power. Do you see the success that he's had in pro ball so far and try to emulate that a little bit? Is he a player you look up to?
Yes, me and Matt Packer were talking in the FCL about just like his leads and jumps for steals and how to incorporate it into my game, because I feel like for the most part I haven't really been a steal guy just because I didn't have the green light at SC. So being able to have the green light here is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm excited to kind of watch him play and see what I could pick and choose from his game to help me steal some bags.
Light been green so far?
Mm-hmm. Exactly, yeah. I've been green and it's been good.
Now, what were some of the biggest adjustments that you found thus far transitioning from college into pro ball?
Definitely velocity, but I was out in the Cape Cod before this, so I got to see some velo there compared to Pac-12 baseball. People aren't throwing anywhere higher than 95, I'd say. So coming out here and everyone's throwing 95 and have 2 or 3 extra pitches, it's an adjustment for that, but mainly just being on time for the heater has been my main focus and just reacting to off speed.
Yeah, and obviously you haven't been in the organization for too long, but what are some of your initial impressions of things that the coaches like to do, how they like to teach hitters?
They're very, I would say, they'll find one thing about your swing and stick to it, and for me it's been being able to pull the baseball. So ever since I've been here, every day in the cage we do something for me to be able to pull the ball, try and backspin it to the gap, and it's been working so far. I could tell that I struggle with sliders, right-handed sliders and curveballs, and I've been working on it every day and trying to put it on the field, and it's been going well, but there's still a lot of improvement to make.
Yeah, and with the hitting coaches, the things that you're working with thus far, is it a lot of just kind of trying to figure out your swing and what you like to do, or is it, hey, this is what we like to do in the organization, this is kind of the path we want you on here?
They're pretty lenient for the most part, but they do try and stick to a plan, but they don't want to just kind of override everything we've done since we've got here, because we got here for a reason, but they're doing their best to find small things that they know will help us. And I feel like once we get to Sarasota, that's when we'll start getting a little bit pickier and stick to certain parts of our swing that they seem that they're like gaps or whatnot.
And obviously you're very early in this process. You just started your professional career. When you look up at the big leagues and see a lot of top prospects that the Orioles have drafted, see the success that they have, how encouraging was it for you to get drafted by this organization, knowing the kind of success that they've had with their draft picks?
It was great. That was the first thing some of my friends and coaches reached out saying that great program to get drafted in because they'll find a way to get you to the league. At least that's every team's goal, but the Orioles have been doing it really well lately. And so far it seems as if like every single coach has been having my back and they want to see everyone succeed.
Now, you mentioned Sarasota. Do you know yet what your off-season plan looks like? It's going to be your first off-season with the organization. What does that look like for you?
I'm not 100% sure yet. I know that I'm there till October 12th, so I'll be there for over a month. So I'm guessing they'll have a full plan set out and just have us grinding for that month, to say the least.
Well, Austin, we appreciate the time. We look forward to seeing you then.
Thank you. Appreciate it.